let me begin by introducing very quickly about Abhay and Vishal in a nutshell. And then, of course, Abhay and Vishal will talk about M1xchange a little bit more, I'm sure, in their presentation about what does the company do and how it's going to solve your problems. So, today's speakers, Abhay and Vishal, basically, they come from a very rich background. Abhay has had 3 decades of experience. He brings with him very rich experience. He's responsible for customer onboarding, maintenance, transactions, settlements, processes, etc. He has served senior positions in the very large organizations, as you can see on the slide out here. And he's well qualified to look at the aspects in terms of what is it that what the SME should do, especially the last word on the e-commerce that you can see out there, which is where a lot of the companies are migrating to in terms of earning their revenues. We have also with us Vishal. Can you move to the next slide? Vishal also has very illustrious background. He holds a very key strategic position at M1xchange. And the role that he plays is that of business strategy, development, setting up businesses to reach scale. That is very important. Scale is the mantra that all of us want. Most importantly, he has had the experience of actually delivering solutions on using the technology platform. He was a co-founder of M1xchange, which is one of the other outfits that some of you might know. And he has also had illustrious career in finance, startup ecosystem, consulting. So the all-round overall experience that he really enjoys. So we have incredibly good experienced professionals who are going to walk you through how they can solve the problem. Right now, one of the important things that you must know is that together, M1xchange and Vadhvani Advantage and Foundations are partners. So this is not one of those events wherein we are just trying to get the good speakers and the good service providers and they'll walk you through. But this is an integrated program. What that means is that should you choose to basically work with M1xchange and their offerings, which I'm pretty much sure you will, what you will have to do is to basically make sure that you sign up for the W Advantage program, you sign up for their platform that they have on M1xchange, which will resolve your issues on several areas that Vishal will walk you through. And then we know that how you can use that unlock capital that is done by M1xchange, and that can be put to the best use. And that's where the synergy between Vadhvani Advantage program, which helps organizations put the money to right use, and M1xchange, which basically unlocks the capital for all of you, comes into picture. So that's a very important sort of synergy that we have, and I'm very pleased to welcome Vishal and Abhay on this occasion. So welcome Vishal and Abhay, and I'll probably not take much more time. Today is your show. I'll hand it over to you. Please proceed. Welcome once again.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you. First of all, sabko namaskar. A big thanks from M1xchange family. We have with us a very senior and well-reputed gentleman called Abhay Singh. He's pioneer in setting up a lot of businesses. Now, let me tell you something which is of interest to everyone. We all want to do business, but we should do business like an entrepreneur, not like an employee. At times, we become the employee of our own business. So that is something which we need to change. And in this process, I'm sure Vadhvani Foundation through Vadhvani Advantage program is helping you widen your horizon, increase and rather transform your overall mindset. And as a part of this mindset, it is important that people are walking along with you. Because people need people. That's how I call it being a part of a social network. मैं आज हिंदी में भी बात करने की कोशिश करूंगा. मैं चाहूंगा कि आप सभी के साथ में हिंदी में संपर्क करने की कोशिश करूं. इंग्लिश की साथ भी बात की जाएगी. तो अगर आप हिंदी के साथ भी बात करना चाहेंगे, इज इट फाइन, नॉट फाइन, आप चैट बॉक्स पे जाके लिख सकते हैं. I can tell you the next 45-50 minutes are going to be super interesting. That's my responsibility. Okay. So first of all, thank you so much, Mr. Sujoy Majumdar, for a warm evening. Really, really appreciate it. You made my evening. Thanks to Mr. Ramanathan and thanks to Life of Paris, gentlemen, for switching on the video. You guys are looking smart. Let me tell you, and every entrepreneur with a smile, I can tell you, is the rock star of this nation. Let me tell you. And all those people who are hiding behind the camera, why don't you switch on the camera? Let me see the rock stars of this country. आप कहीं भी किसी भी समय पे बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, आई कैन टेल यू. जो भी कर रहे हैं, जो भी करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, बहुत बेहतरीन काम कर रहे हैं. बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, bringing smile to yourself, to your family, to the ecosystem is the greatest thing that you can possibly do. Thank you, Hardik. Thank you, gentlemen with Samta Chabra. The gentleman in the red t-shirt, would you mind changing your name? It's easy on Zoom. You can do that. Thanks, Ritesh. Thank you, Mr. Sujoy Mazumdar, Mr. Sandeep. Thanks, Hitesh. So let's begin. By the time other people are getting up, making their faces ready, so give them some time. जरूरत होती है. कैमरे पे अच्छा लिखना देखना बहुत जरूरी है. एंड आई कैन टेल यू, यहाँ पे मैं कुछ फोटोज खींचने वाला हूँ, तो प्लीज अच्छे से चमकदार होके आइए. इट्स अ रॉक स्टार शो. गाइज, Vadhwani Foundation is with you, and we are with you as well in this entire process of you building your dream company. What you actually need is somebody to walk along with you, because लोगों को लोगों की जरूरत होती है और हम आपके साथ हैं. कैसे साथ दे सकते हैं आपका, उस पर चर्चा करेंगे, उस पर बातें करेंगे. So first of all, let's understand this concept of working capital management. Everybody is grappling with. Thank you, Mr. Rajesh Sethia. Really appreciate. You are looking really awesome. Thank you. So working capital, we talk about it, we take the pain of it, and at the end of the day, we need somebody really helping us. दिन रात हम सिर्फ इसी जद्दोजहद में लगे हैं कि कैसे भी कहीं से भी पैसे आए. क्यों आए? क्योंकि हम बिजनेस को बढ़ा सकें. कहीं ना कहीं हिंदुस्तानी एंटरप्रेन्योर की कहानी बहुत हद तक एक सिंपल है कि वो एक झोला लेकर सुबह घर से निकलता है, उसमें कुछ पैसे होते हैं. झोला मतलब एक बैग, अ बैग फुल ऑफ मनी. ही स्टार्ट्स विद दैट बैग फुल ऑफ मनी फ्रॉम होम टू विन द वर्ल्ड, और उसे लेकर अपने ऑफिस में आता है. कुछ लोगों को सैलरी देता है, कुछ सप्लायर्स को पेमेंट करता है, कुछ कस्टमर से पेमेंट रिसीव करता है. ऐसे ही एक दिन निकल जाता है, और दिन निकलने के बाद जब वो घर के लिए रवानगी करता है, तो बस वो ये देख पाता है कि थैला खोलकर पैसे हैं या नहीं है. और अगर पैसे हैं तो शायद वो आज सो पाएगा शांति से, नहीं तो दिल में धक धक होने वाली है. खाना भी मुश्किल से अंदर जाने वाला है. That's a reality, and let me tell you, it's not a bad reality. It's a reality with which you live every day, and let me salute you for that. I've also been an entrepreneur, and I can tell you those beautiful days and nights lived like you. A big salute on behalf of M1xchange. And with this context, let me introduce you to something possibly known to all of you also, which is bill discounting. Bill discounting, which is now very modern, very different in today's context. And in addition, I will also tell you something very, very interesting which M1xchange is doing, something which not known in the market. So are you guys excited about it? Can I see some smile on your face, some thumbs up on the chat box, some excitement? देखो, जब तक एक्साइटमेंट नहीं है कुछ मजा नहीं. मान के चलो कि जो 4 घंटे बाद की बियर खुलने वाली है वो अभी खुल रही है, और उसी एक्साइटमेंट के साथ हम शुरू करते हैं इस सेशन को. थैंक यू. नाउ लेट मी शेयर अ क्विक प्रेजेंटेशन, माय फ्रेंड्स. See, I'll be talking about trades, bill discounting, working capital management, what all not. But before that, the way Samir said it, it's not a session. It's a time you are spending with Vadhwani Foundation and M1xchange, because we want to walk along with you. Let it not remain a part of 1 hour discussion. Let it become a path breaking discussion with each of us. And यहां पर रुकिएगा मत. मैं चाहूंगा कि इस सेशन के बारे में अगर आप अपने भाई भतीजों से बात करना चाहें जरूर कीजिए, जो शायद परिवार में आपके साथ, व्यवसाय में आपके साथ काम कर रहे हैं. ऑल अदर पीपल जो आपके मित्रगण हैं, जो व्यवसाय की कम्युनिटी में, ट्रेड कम्युनिटी में उठते बैठते हैं, उनके साथ भी बात कीजिए. जो भी कुछ मैं कहूंगा अगर उसमें कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है, आई एम हियर टू हेल्प. मिस्टर अभय इज हियर टू हेल्प. वाधवानी एडवांटेज टीम इज हियर टू हेल्प. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. किसी भी बिजनेस की अगर जितना मैं समझ पाया हूं, आप और हम सिर्फ इस तराजू को मैनेज करने में लगे हुए हैं. एक ऐसा तराजू जो लिक्विडिटी एक साइड पर है और प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी दूसरी साइड पे है. Which means we want to run a business which is a profitable business. Ultimately, पैसा आना चाहिए. दूसरा, whether there is liquidity in business, which means is the business generating cash on its own, or am I running around to arrange for cash? Yeah. So this balance of liquidity and profitability is the key for any working capital management. When we talk about liquidity in business, liquidity comes in two ways. When you sell a goods or a product or service, money is coming in your business, or you go to a bank, or you take your own savings and put in money. That's through which you bring in cash, you bring in liquidity. When it comes to profitability, profitability बहुत simple है, आसान है. लाभ कमाना है तो माल बेचना पड़ेगा. So when you are selling something, you get profitability. And in today's context, profitability, the more the sale is only when you give goods on credit. जितना आप क्रेडिट पे माल देंगे उतना ज्यादा बिक पाता है. That's the scenario in India. So let's accept it, respect it. So इन दोनों तराजू को संभालने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए? So हम क्या करते हैं एज अ एंटरप्रेन्योर? हम दो चीजें करते हैं. एक तो हम क्रेडिट पॉलिसी बनाते हैं, बिकॉज व्हेन वी गिव मनी, गिव सेल्स ऑन क्रेडिट, वी नो दैट देयर इज अ रिस्क ऑफ डिफॉल्ट. द अदर रीजन इज द मनी विल कम लेटर टू यू. सो वी ऑलवेज ट्राई टू ड्राफ्ट अ बैलेंस्ड क्रेडिट पॉलिसी. The balanced credit policy also understand competitor scenario, what's happening in the market, what kind of risk I have, what is my financing cost, and so on and so forth. Based on that, we create a credit policy. That is फलाने बंदे को मैं 60 दिन का क्रेडिट दूंगा. For this guy, only 30 days. For some people, possibly 180 days, and that's how we are doing business. The other thing that we also keep in mind, what kind of growth I am looking at. Am I looking at a 25% growth year on year, or 100% growth year on year, या 4 गुना 5 गुना बढ़ाना चाहता हूं? तो वो ग्रोथ और उस रिस्क के एलिमेंट को भी मुझे देखना पड़ता है. I also want to understand how much money I have in business, how much I can arrange from bank, how much I can arrange from investors, and this is how we keep on grappling with this balancing act of liquidity and profitability. अब ये तराजू क्यों है, थोड़ा साधारण शब्दों में और बताता हूं. अगर मैं क्रेडिट बढ़ा देता हूं, पीरियड बढ़ा देता हूं, तो मेरी सेल्स बढ़ जाती है, लेकिन लिक्विडिटी कम हो जाती है. और अगर मैं लिक्विडिटी को संभालने की कोशिश करता हूं तो सेल्स कम हो जाती है. तो इन साधारण शब्दों में मैं ये बताने की कोशिश करता हूं कि इस तराजू को कैसे मैनेज करना है. इसको आज हम सीखेंगे इस डिस्कशन के थ्रू. और मैं इसको वन वे नहीं रखना चाहता हूं, इसको टू वे रखते हैं. तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहूंगा, आर यू विद मी? इज दिस मेकिंग समथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग फॉर यू? अगर आपने कुछ सीखा तो आप लर्निंग लिख सकते हैं चैट बॉक्स में, या फिर एक्साइटमेंट का थम्स अप डाल सकते हैं, एंड देन वी मूव फॉरवर्ड. ओके, बाय द टाइम यू गाइज आर ऑन योर चैट बॉक्स, लेट मी गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. अब हम एक वीडियो देखते हैं. दिस वीडियो इज basically released by RBI at least 2 years back, 2.5 years back. Let's have this video, which is just a minute video, and then we move forward with the discussion. And I'm sure ये शायद वीडियो में आप खुद को महसूस करने की कोशिश कर पाओगे. Let me see if you are able to hear the sound in the video. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll quickly run it. I realized that I should also run the sound. So which is where? Sorry for the interruption. I'm almost there. Yeah. Okay. So मैं 2 मिनट को पॉज करूंगा 2 सेकंड को, ताकि आप मुझे बता सकें कि ये वीडियो देख पा रहे हैं कि नहीं.
जी.
आपको आवाज सुनाई दिया? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Let me run for some more seconds.
जी. लास्ट ऑर्डर की पेमेंट अभी तक की. हेलो हेलो.
आपको साउंड क्लियर है अभय जी? ओके, कूल, साउंड्स गुड. So let me go back and run this for you. Watch the show.
जी जी. लास्ट ऑर्डर की पेमेंट अभी तक की. हेलो हेलो हेलो.
नेटवर्क क्षेत्र से बाहर है.
ऐसे चलता रहा तो मैं बिजनेस से बाहर हो जाऊंगी.
इतनी परेशान क्यों लग रही है?
एक बड़ा ऑर्डर आया है और पिछले डिलीवरी का पैसा कुछ महीनों से अटका पड़ा है.
तो जमाने के साथ चलना सीखना. ट्रेड्स में रजिस्टर कर.
ट्रेड्स? ये क्या है?
ट्रेड्स लघु उद्योगों को पेमेंट की परेशानी से बचाने के लिए बनाया गया है. माल सप्लाई करने के बाद खरीदार द्वारा स्वीकृत इनवॉइस को ट्रेड्स की वेबसाइट पर अपलोड कर दो. बैंक इनवॉइस का पेमेंट आपको तुरंत दे सकता है, पर बेचने वाला और खरीदने वाला सरकारी हो या प्राइवेट, दोनों ट्रेड्स पर रजिस्टर्ड होने चाहिए.
सॉरी, कॉल कट गया था.
एक बात बताइए, आप ट्रेड्स पे रजिस्टर्ड हो?
हाँ, आप भी रजिस्टर कर लो.
जी, और इनवॉइस भी करती हूँ अपलोड. और अब से पेमेंट की नहीं लूंगी लोड.
आरबीआई कहता है, बनो जानकार, बढ़ाओ व्यापार.
Okay, thank you for watching this video. I'm sure some of you have related to this. If yes, maybe you can go to the chat box and write relate. Relate, R, excitement, thumbs up. Go, that is helpful. See, the more you will write, the more I will feel, yes, it is you are able to kind of relate to me, you are able to listen to me. Okay, thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Now, let's jump on to the subject. We have a good 30 minutes. After that, we'll have a question answer session. मैं आपसे चाहता हूं कि जितने से जितने सवाल पूछ सकते हैं पूछ लीजिएगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे समीर हैं, मैं हूं, अभय सर हैं. हम सब मिलके आपकी बिजनेस की परेशानियों को दूर करने की कोशिश करेंगे. तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now, when we have understood this balancing act of liquidity and profitability, we saw a video released by RBI itself. Now we know that, yes, somewhere what we need is business is enough liquidity, enough financial strength, coverage of risk, and a lot of time that I can save to do other things. Now, in this entire process, how receivables financing and bill discounting fits into properly. In the case of bill discounting, which I will explain in subsequent slides, you get enough liquidity in business so that you can manage your working capital, manage your cash right. You also, because enough money is flowing into the business, automatically the overall strength of business increases. You are not running for the loan or going to the bank and asking, भैया और OD दे दो या फिर और CC limit बढ़ा दो. So this financial strength is increasing. Overall risk of people not making payment on due date is also there. So your entire risk is avoided. This is how you are very clearly taking the full advantage of unlocking money in business. And all of this is happening digitally, my friends. There was time when there was paper, a lot of files moving around. No, it's all digital now. आपको पता है मैंने 2 दिन पहले एक बैलेंस शीट देखी, बहुत अच्छी बैलेंस शीट थी, एसेट्स बढ़िया थी, लायबिलिटीज ओके ओके थी, मैनेजेबल थी, बहुत अच्छा प्रॉफिट P&L में अर्न किया था. एंड आई एम श्योर आप लोगों में से कुछ लोगों की बैलेंस शीट भी वैसी ही दिखती होगी. लेकिन एक बहुत बड़ी दिक्कत थी उस बैलेंस शीट में. वो दिक्कत ये थी कि एसेट साइड पे डेटर्स बैठे हुए थे 90 दिन से लेकर 180 दिन के क्रेडिट पीरियड पर. बैलेंस शीट सुंदर लिख रही है, स्ट्रॉन्ग दिख रही है, डेटर्स 180 दिन के बैठे हुए हैं बैलेंस शीट के ऊपर. इमेजिन जितना प्रॉफिट उस कंपनी ने कमा रखा था वो सारा का सारा डेटर्स में बैठा हुआ, which means we really don't have cash profit. And through M1xchange, through trades bill discounting, we would like to address this challenge, that how the real profit is coming in cash form, not in a debtors form or a receivables form. So इस चीज का जरूर ध्यान रखिएगा. अपने चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट से, अपने एडवाइजर से, वाधवानी टीम के साथ जरूर बात कीजिए कि हाउ योर प्रॉफिट which you are trying to earn with your hard earned a lot of work, so you need to unlock it, and that's called unlocking working capital. Okay, so let's move forward with the subject. So I would like to introduce you to a concept called trades. Trades came almost 5 years back in India when RBI realized that MSMEs are the backbone of the country and we need to really help them. Trades stands for Trade Receivables Discounting System. In this system, the biggest advantage is, in case the payment is not made by the buyer, you are free. Nobody will come to you asking for money. I'll explain this in greater detail. It's completely unsecured, no collateral needed, my friends. So imagine every time you go to a bank, talk to a bank manager, he's all talking about enhancing your collateral and you are running around. This is the benefit of trades. Till today, more than 35,000 SMEs have benefited from trades. They are already registered with trades. More than 45 banks and financial institutions are already transacting and bidding for bill discounting. So imagine, you guys are not alone. All the banks are there. And look at this wonderful number of 75,000 crore worth of invoices are funded already. So in case you are not there, you have to think about it कि अभी तक कहाँ हैं हम. ठीक है. While I am explaining trades and other important subjects, आपका कहीं भी कोई सवाल है, any question, any query, any जिज्ञासा, please write it in the chat box or in the Q&A section. We will have enough time for taking up questions. Your question can be related to working capital, can be related to trades. So मैं अभी आपको इसलिए बता रहा हूँ ताकि आप freely अपने chat को लिख सकें. And if needed, अगर आप लिखना पसंद नहीं करते, you can raise your hand on the screen when I ask for question answer or open the house for question answers. At that point of time, we will ask you to unmute and ask questions. So let's have this freedom of asking questions, make it a two-way communication. So let's move forward. Now, look at the advantage. Trades is one such solution which gives advantage to all the three parties in this transaction. हम किसी के साथ भी बिजनेस करते हैं तो सेलर बायर का एक रिलेशन होता है. Here बैंक का भी एक रिलेशन जुड़ जाता है. So सबसे पहला फायदा बायर को, जिसके साथ आप डील कर रहे हो. ट्रेड्स में अगर आप लार्ज कॉर्पोरेट्स PSUs के साथ डील कर रहे हैं, उनको माल बेचते हैं या सर्विसेज देते हैं, तो बायर को भी एडवांटेज है. Why? Because they are taking care of you as MSME vendors. A better vendor management is there. Their overall working capital improves and the overall procurement cost for them also improves, which I'll explain in subsequent slides. For a financer, you all know that Government of India has requested or rather mandated banks to do funding under priority sector. So this priority sector lending is also available under TREDS. And you will be happy to note now banks are running behind M1xchange to get onboarded so that more funding can be done through bill discounting, because it is directly coming under PSL portfolio. And you will also be happy to note that now banks have created separate function segment of bill discounting in their corporate head office. जिस तरीके से आपने सुना होगा banks have SME lending, large corporate lending, retail lending, credit card process, other banking, same way bill discounting is also created as a separate department in most of the banks by now, which is a good news for all the MSMEs. What you are required to do is quickly evaluate whether bill discounting is a great product for you or not. And most importantly, for you all, you get easy funding, easy financing. Nobody is going to come back asking for money if there is a default by the buyer. And that terminology is called recourse. So there is no recourse of recovering money from you. There is a complete online digital process. You need to submit KYC documents through an online process, and it's a completely self-registration. I will explain you the process of uploading invoices, easy, and then you can do that. And let me tell you, in the last half an hour, when we have started this event till now, you'll be happy to note at least hundreds of invoices in this last half an hour. And minimum, if I can tell you minimum 10 crore worth of invoices are already discounted by the time we guys are talking. So that's the power of bill discounting, which is happening at M1xchange. Now, when all of this is designed, RBI and Ministry of MSMEs has also mandated that all the companies which are having a turnover of more than 500 crore are compulsorily required to do bill discounting. So in case you are dealing with some of these firms and they have not spoken about bill discounting, please ask them. And if they are kind of reluctant, no problem. Bring that name of the buyer to us. We will approach the buyer or the customer of yours and talk to them. Bring them on board. Yeah, this is the promise M1xchange is giving to you. Now, in this entire process, कुछ examples से समझते हैं. अब काफी हमने बातें कर ली theory की. So let's understand this aspect. So first of all, let's compare between your working capital loan or conventional bill discounting that was happening. Yeah. Now, let me explain this quickly. In the case of working capital, you know you have to give collateral. If there is a default, yes, there is it is non-recourse, not non-recourse. Yes, a lot of paper that is needed and so on and so forth. So please focus on the last column. This last column very clearly says that how TREDS is changing your overall behavior of doing and managing working capital. The interesting thing, point number 5, rate of interest. In the case of TREDS and bill discounting, rate of interest is 4% to 9%. Obviously, the variation is dependent on the credit rating of your buyer. Or in case we want to do the bill discounting on your credit rating, that's also possible. So let's compare it to how it is happening with the working capital. You know that getting the money after giving collateral is 10% plus, and it is no collateral, completely unsecured, non-recourse, less than 10%. Imagine, that's the beauty of bill discounting. If you are not still there, think about it, my friends. So this is how we are taking care of bill discounting. There is a minor processing fees, which I'm pretty sure you will not even mind paying. No stamp duty, nothing, no problem. And the other thing, in the case of working capital, you are limited to one bank or two banks. Yes, that's a reality. If you are working with SDFC, you can't possibly work with ICICI or Yes Bank or in an overseas bank or Oriental Bank of Commerce or SBI. But the advantage of TREDS is any bank can bid for your invoice looking at your financial history. That's the power. Yes Bank or possibly SBI Bank you always wanted to work with, they can bid for your invoice. So you get a chance to work with multiple banks. And most of the time question aata hai ki, if I'm getting onboarded with bill discounting, am I required to take the consent of my existing banker? No, not required at all. Whether that bank is getting to know about it or not does not change your life. It is not mandated. So that's a great advantage. Let's take an example. मैंने बहुत सिंपल सा एग्जांपल लिया, एक 10 लाख रुपए का इनवॉइस है जो कि आप किसी भी लार्ज कॉर्पोरेट के ऊपर रेज करते हो. 10 लाख, आई एम श्योर आप लोग रिलेट कर पा रहे होंगे, जिसमें 45 दिन का एक क्रेडिट पीरियड है. मान के चलिए आपने 5 दिन लगाए उस इनवॉइस को अपलोड करने में M1 एक्सचेंज के प्लेटफॉर्म पर. एंड मान के चलते हैं कि आपके बायर और सेलर के जो रिलेशन है उसके बेसिस पे, क्रेडिट रेटिंग के बेसिस पे आपका 5% का इंटरेस्ट रेट तय हुआ है. नाउ इमेजिन दिस 10 lakh worth of payment will come to you on day 5th, जबकि क्रेडिट पीरियड 45 दिन का है. It will come to you on day 5th just by paying 6,000 rupees in total. मतलब सिर्फ 6,000 रुपए डिडक्ट होने के बाद बाकी का सारा पैसा आपको 5वें दिन मिल जाएगा. दूसरी चीज, बायर को पेमेंट 45 दिन में ही बैंक को करना है डायरेक्टली. आपको बीच में पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप गंगा नहा लिए. रियलिटी इज दिस. सो यू आर वेल टेकन केयर, नॉन रिकोर्स, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, कंप्लीटली अनसिक्योर्ड, नो कोलेट्रल नीडेड. सही में गंगा नहा लिए आप. आपने 5 दिन बाद अपने पेमेंट किया, पेमेंट रिसीव किया, उस पैसे को आप बिजनेस में जहां लगाना चाहते हैं लगाइए. बिकॉज इट्स ऑल, बिजनेस इज ऑल अबाउट चर्निंग मनी. हम उसको बिजनेस साइकिल बोलते हैं, कैश साइकिल बोलते हैं. बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, द मोर द इंजन इज चर्निंग, द मोर द प्रॉफिट इज कमिंग अप, एंड द मोर द फ्यूल दैट यू कैन गिव टू दिस इंजन, द बेटर द प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, मोर द स्केल ऑफ दिस बिजनेस. एंड दैट्स व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू ब्रिंग टू यू. Now, with this example, if you have any question till so far, let's spend 1 minute and then quickly take that question. And if you think everything is good, go to the chat box, give me a thumbs up. That is gonna keep my fuel going so that I keep helping you all. Okay, a couple of great questions. Let me take them up at the end. Yeah, एक question आया है, how much do they charge us? So Mr. Hardik, stay there. I'm definitely gonna take care of it. So there is a question from Rajesh, Mr. Rajesh Setia. So Mr. Rajesh, if there is a further delay in the payment, that will be taken care. Now there are questions related to GEMS platform. I will also be taking it up. Yeah, so stay there. And if you want kind of quick thumbs up, let me know. Now let me move forward. Here, I want to introduce you to M1xchange. So far, we have spoken about bill discounting, how bill discounting is taking care of your liquidity and profitability. And in this entire process, how M1xchange is gonna be beneficial to you. Let me take that up. So introducing you to M1xchange. M1xchange is a RBI licensed platform. The first platform in India getting the license for TREDS from RBI. We already have more than 45 international and national banks working with us. And in this process, you'll be happy to know more than 7 lakh transactions have already happened at M1xchange. मतलब 7 से 10 लाख के बीच के इनवॉइसेस डिस्काउंट हो चुके हैं. Almost 1 million invoices are already discounted. And if we talk about the value, $2.5 billion worth of money has already been funded through M1xchange. That's the power which we hold. And with this power, we are doing transactions digitally. We are the first exchange. More than 12,000 SMEs like you, possibly some of your friends, your relatives who are also in business, they are already with us. So more than 12,000 MSMEs are transacting with us. We have 45 banks. More than 32,000 crore worth of funds are already invested. More than 1,000 large corporates are with us. The entire process is digital. And this is not happening just in metro cities. I know some of you are possibly sitting in tier 2, tier 3 cities which are the real power engine of Indian economy. So we have users, MSME enterprises coming from all across the country. More than 900 plus cities from where people are coming. And that's the power of digital that we are embarking upon and making sure हम इस डिजिटल की ताकत के साथ आप सबको पैसे की ताकत दे सकें. And that's what M1xchange is trying to do. M1xchange के कुछ advantages की बात करते हैं. It's a completely digital process. One-time online registration. So in case you are gonna discount, let's say 10 invoice per month of whatever value. You just need to take registration once in life. We just need to make sure your KYCs and some of the minor formalities, and then we are done. Everything is pretty much secure and risk-free, and I'll explain you what exactly we do to secure you and your transaction and the information. In addition to bill discounting, we also provide a lot of extended support to you related to business. We also help you do transactions on our platform comfortably. So there are teams, dedicated people who will help you there. So a lot of guidance is provided the way we are partnering with the Vadhwani Foundation. Vadhwani Foundation is helping you in the overall growth of business. Similarly, we are making sure that everybody who is with us is growing 360 degree. That's what is the aim of M1xchange. And there are team members who are there gonna be to handhold you, support you. आपके accountants, आपके supply chain या logistics या godown के बंदे, उन लोगों के साथ coordinate करके daily basis पे ये support provide किया जाएगा. आपको, because you are the owner, you are an entrepreneur, आपको हर समय involve होने की जरूरत पड़ेगी ही नहीं. Okay, digital process है, everything is digital driven, login IDs provide किए जाते हैं, product selection बताया जाता है, जिसके बारे में आगे चर्चा करूंगा. ये एक प्रोसेस है, काफी कुछ लिखा हुआ है, मैं बहुत सिंपल शब्दों में आपको बताने की कोशिश करता हूं. आप एक इनवॉइस जो लार्ज कॉर्पोरेट के ऊपर पहले से ही भेज चुके हैं, ट्रक के साथ उसकी एक कॉपी भी गई हुई है, that invoice you need to come and upload it on our platform through the digital tools. Necessary information will be captured from the invoice. This invoice and the details related to this invoice will be encrypted using blockchain technology, and we'll make sure that we do a lot of checks, duplication check, fraud check, and so on and so forth. After that, this invoice will be presented to the buyer. You need not do it. We will do it for you. It will be presented to the buyer. Buyer will look at whether this transaction is right or not, goods are received or not, any deduction is required or not for damages and other things. And after that, the buyer accepts the invoice. Once the invoice is accepted, this invoice will be visible to banks. Banks will put the bidding of interest. जिसकी lowest bidding वो आप accept करना चाहोगे. So they put the bidding for the invoice interest rate. After that, your supplier, your bank biddings will be visible to you. You choose the right bid, and once you choose the bid, the transaction will be logged, and the next day 11 a.m. you will receive your money. It's that quick. This is how the entire transaction happens. The entire transaction is monitored under the guidelines of RBI and NPCI. The entire transaction is secured through blockchain technology and various other measures that we are taking so that your money is secure. The transaction is the real legal transaction. And let me tell you, in the last 5 years, there has been no single transaction which was a fraud. That's the power of security that we are bringing to your doorsteps. Now, few principles that are very, very critical for us. They are our value systems, strong KYC. We make sure no fraud, a lot of fraud checks that we do. For that, we have integrated with GST systems. We have integrated with e-way bill system, income tax system, and so on and so forth, just to ensure that the transaction is real. That's all. There is no other information which is flowing otherwise. Only making sure the transaction is authentic. That's all. We make sure that latest blockchain technology that we are adopting. Most of the transactions are digitally signed by you. So everything is taken care. We follow OCR and ERP integration with a lot of large corporates, making sure that there is lesser manual intervention. Okay. With this, let me now introduce you to the strength of large corporates that we have. Some of you have asked questions regarding PSU, GEM platform. So guys, all these names, and these are just few names because मेरे पास जगह नहीं है slide में सबका नाम और logo देने का. So these are few names that few prominent names, obviously, who are already doing active transactions with us. Every day, crores of worth of transactions and invoices are getting funded at M1xchange. I'm sure आप भी इनमें से कुछ लोगों के साथ deal कर रहे होंगे, उनको माल दे रहे होंगे. So here is an opportunity for you to unlock working capital. These are some of those large corporates. पहले मैंने आपको PSU की list बताई थी, अब मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ large corporates की list. Some are into manufacturing sector. Most of them are into corporate, cotton, textile industry, auto ancillary industry. We are big time into agri industry. We are into pharma, construction, infra, FMCG. These are just few names. In case you are dealing with them, just don't stay there. Come back to us, and we should start. Or what's the wait? And in case some of the names are not appearing here, don't worry. Reach out to us. We will tell you whether that buyer is already registered or not. And in case they are not registered, you need not worry. We will reach out to your buyer and onboard them. These are some of those auto sector big giants who are already working with us. Okay. And these are all those banks which are working with us. Almost every bank. And the other advantage which is coming, 6 months back, RBI also gave the approval for NBFCs to also do bill discounting. So now NBFCs are also onboarding with us, and this will bring great amount of liquidity for all the MSME sector through bill discounting. So let's not wait there. So with this, I would like to take a pause of a minute and ask you if you have any questions. You can write it in the chat box. I will quickly pick up. I know Life of Paris, Mr. Setia. Yeah, I missed your name. You can unmute and ask question, my friend, and then we will move on to a very, very important topic. I still need at least 15 more minutes of yours. Something which you have not heard in India. That is something I'm gonna bring to you, because M1xchange got a license from RBI to do something which is very, very important for MSMEs. So in the meantime, let me go back to Life of Paris. I didn't get your name, my friend. You have any questions? You can quickly ask. Yeah, go ahead, my friend.
Hi Vishal.
Hello.
So my question is that what if my buyer is means few of our buyers are not registered on M1 exchange, and secondly, if some I want to take name, they have taken on this reverse factoring method. Okay, and what happens is they are saying that now they are having different CD method, cash discount method. So they are charging almost 18%. So what is the solution then? What is the benefit of registering on M1 exchange then?
Sure. So first of all, it's a great question. I missed your name, my friend. Can I have your name? Sir?
Puneet.
Puneet. So Puneet, आपका सवाल बहुत अच्छा है. It requires a detailed answer. Is it fine if I pick it up in the question answer session?
Yeah. Done.
Yeah. And let me tell you, आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों का ये सवाल होगा 18% का इंटरेस्ट दे रहे हो आप लोग. Imagine for a bill discounting, which is like a crime. So let's understand that. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Puneet, for being so alive here. I really appreciate it. Here, what we have spoken so far is how Vadhvani Foundation and M1xchange have joined hands to help you all. We have also understood how every entrepreneur and every MSME in the country is grappling with balancing liquidity and profitability. We also understood how bill discounting is introduced in the country and how bill discounting and TREDS bill discounting is different. I introduce all of you to TREDS bill discounting advantages. 10 लाख का एक इनवॉइस आप 5 दिन के लिए के अंदर 40 दिन के क्रेडिट पर सिर्फ 6,000 रुपए देकर फटाफट बिल डिस्काउंट करा सकते हैं. We have also understood the comparison between normal working capital and TREDS. हमने फिर M1 exchange के बारे में भी समझा, how M1 exchange is helping MSMEs. We also understood about what all corporates are onboarded with us. Now, I want to introduce you to something very, very interesting. And for that, Sameer personally requested me to explain you that in detail. And it's all about TREDS 2, small to small. All of you are aware that in the case of TREDS, one party, in most of the cases, buyer has to be a large corporate. That's right. But RBI has given the license to M1 exchange and only M1 exchange to do bill discounting between two MSME entities. No large corporate needed. That's gonna change the fate of MSME sector. We have got a license to do MSME to MSME. That's why I call it small to small. Just small is MSME. Don't say you guys are small, for sure not. So this is a MSME to MSME bill discounting for the first time in India happening. And we have this license. And what we are looking at doing is, again, exactly the same thing. What is happening in TREDS is gonna happen for MSME to MSME discounting. Completely unsecured, no risk of collection, exactly same. We will understand this in greater detail. Right now, under RBI's supervision, a pilot project is going on, which M1 exchange is already doing. And in my next slide, I'll explain you what this TREDS 2 is all about. And in case you want to be a part of this project, you guys are most welcome. I'll drop in my details in the last slide. Please note down my number, my email ID. You also have Vadhvani Foundation, Vadhvani Advantage team numbers and the details. Get in touch with them, get in touch with me if you want to be a part of this project. It's gonna change a lot of things. So with this, I want to take this liberty of explaining TREDS 2 to all of you. So TREDS, we all know what is TREDS. TREDS is a bill discounting where a buyer in most of the cases is a large corporate and the seller is all of us MSMEs working from all across the country. Trades 2 is basically where one MSME who is a buyer and the other MSME who is also a MSME and a seller can do bill discounting. This is Trades 2 model, which has been approved by RBI and licensed to M1xchange. And the pilot project is already going on. And in the next 3 to 4 months, this will change everything for all of us. Let's do a quick comparison of what this Trades 2 or S2S or small to small or MSME to MSME is all about. हम कैश क्रेडिट लेने जाते हैं, ओवरड्राफ्ट लेने जाते हैं, हम अनसिक्योर्ड बिजनेस लोन लेने जाते हैं बैंक के पास. 8% से लेकर 24% तक के ट्रांजैक्शंस हो रहे हैं, के इंटरेस्ट रेट लगाया जा रहा है. कोलेट्रल मांगा जाता है हर किसी केस में, नॉन रिकोर्स है नहीं. द एंटायर लायबिलिटी कंटिन्यूज टू रिमेन विद यू. All this money is reflected as borrowing in your books of accounts, making your books of accounts weak. But in the case of trades, such bill discounting is not shown in the books of accounts, making your balance sheet strong. And the rate of interest, because it's unsecured, it is between two MSMEs. Obviously, it can't be compared to trades rate of interest. But here the rate of interest is much lower than any unsecured borrowing that you are taking from any bank. Normal banks, again, ranging between 16 से 18%. If it is NBFCs, forget it. It's a crime, 20% plus. Here we are getting all of it in maximum 14% with enough liquidity coming from everywhere. The choice of financer remains. Registration is just once. Administrative charges are hardly any. So Trades 2 is gonna change everything for MSMEs in India. And I want to introduce you to all of you through this discussion. In this entire process, few conditions that are there. I'm so sorry, I skipped it fast. Few conditions are there. Both the parties have to be MSMEs. Then you have to be Indian resident, doing business for a couple of years. Any location is fine if it is falling between the normal banking jurisdiction. So that's there. As of now, for the project, we are looking at doing the financing for any limit between 10 lakhs to 1 CR just for the project. After the project, this is gonna blast. This is gonna increase like anything. So just be a part of this project also. There is a minimum tranche, you know that 25,000 रुपए से नीचे का invoice है तो कोई फायदा नहीं है, ज़्यादा आपको भी कोई फायदा नहीं है. So that's why we kept, and it's not we, it's RBI who has kept the limit of 25,000 on a single day. And you know, the buyer entity has to have any constitution, you know, company, partnership, LLP, sole proprietorship, and all of them are taken care. Same way, some age is also prescribed. Normal KYC has to happen. So not much of a change. If you really go to a bank, they will really trouble you. You have to go at least 10 times, visit them 10 times, and then things are happening. There is a personal visit. There is, I don't know what all not happening, which is not here. Completely non-collateral, completely unsecured. And imagine, interest rate is hardly any, if I really compare it to a working capital. So this is what S2S, this is what Trades 2 is coming to all of us as a gift in coming days. Right now, the way I said it, the project is going on. So my request is, if you want to be a part of it, note down my details and be a part of this project as well. Okay, can I see some participation gonna happen in this project? You can maybe go do a thumbs up or write it in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to make you a part of this project. And more than me, Padmani Advantage is gonna be super happy that they are guiding you in the right way. With this, what we have understood so far is Trades and Trades 2. Now I want to introduce you another 5 minutes. I want to introduce you to M1xchange subsidiary called Mind Fintech. Mind Fintech is providing a lot of funding, lot of financing support to MSMEs through various other products, supply chain products, and I'll introduce you to them. So it's a 100% subsidiary of M1xchange, completely well taken care, well funded company. We provide various supply chain financing products like dynamic discounting, receivables financing, sales invoice financing, all of that are provided. If you have a vendor financing need, we also provide that. There are enough number of banks which are working with us in Mind Fintech. Okay. This entire process again is digital. I'll explain you how it is well taken care. So through this diagram, I'll explain you. Just imagine you are at this, your business is at the center and how Mind solutions are taken care. So obviously, जब आप अपना बिजनेस करते हैं तो आपके पास बहुत सारे वेंडर्स हैं और बहुत सारे बायर्स हैं. कुछ लार्ज कॉर्पोरेट हैं, कुछ एमएसएमईज हैं. So this is how you guys are doing business. That's your business ecosystem. अब इस बिजनेस इकोसिस्टम में हर एक ट्रांजैक्शंस की वैरायटी के बेसिस पे आपको फाइनेंसिंग होगी, जिसमें ट्रेड्स 1, ट्रेड्स 2 की हमने बात कर ही ली है. We also do vendor financing, invoice financing, factoring, reverse factoring, purchase order financing, dealer financing, dynamic discounting. ये सारे ऐसे बहुत सारे तरीके हैं जिसके थ्रू आपकी सप्लाई चेन फाइनेंसिंग की रिक्वायरमेंट को मीट किया जाएगा. और इस फाइनेंसिंग को मीट करता है माइंड फिनटेक. माइंड फिनटेक का एडवांटेज ये है कि आपको मल्टीपल बैंक से बात करने की जरूरत नहीं है. आपको सिर्फ एक बार रजिस्ट्रेशन करना है माइंड फिनटेक के साथ. वी ऑलरेडी हैव मल्टीपल बैंक्स वर्किंग विद अस. जस्ट वन रजिस्ट्रेशन. You have multiple requirement. At times you can have dealer financing requirement, you can have vendor financing requirement, you may have sales invoice financing requirement. All of this will be discussed and well taken care by Mind Fintech team with the banks, with you and the buyer. That's how Mind Fintech is also trying to create an ecosystem which is in addition to Trades 1 and Trades 2, which is taken care by M1xchange. M1xchange and Mind Fintech are a group company. M1xchange for the last 5 years has done phenomenal work in the country. Mind Fintech is also following the same path, reaching out to MSMEs with multiple supply chain financing products. With this, I want to now, this is my last slide. And I want to introduce you to something phenomenally done by Government of India, and M1xchange is a part of it. All of you know Trades is for domestic bill discounting. Yes, Trades domestic bill discounting के लिए होती है. जब दो इंडियन पार्टीज मिलकर कोई ट्रांजैक्शन करते हैं, उसके ऊपर Trades do the discounting. Very recently, Government of India set up ITFS, it is International Trade Factoring System, जहां पर if you are into exports and imports, export and import के लिए भी आप अब bill discounting का फायदा उठा सकते हैं. It's not that this kind of facility is not available. There are players in the market who are doing export import bill discounting. They are charging huge interest, and second, they are not regulated. Through ITFS, this is completely RBI regulated function in a platform. Here, M1xchange has also got a license from RBI to do international trade factoring and bill discounting. This is a new concept for India. As a part of this, M1xchange has already set up our office in Gift City in Gandhinagar. A lot of international banks are reaching out to us to be a part of this. You saw 45 banks for domestic transactions. All 45 banks are domestic banks. SBI, RBI, SDFC, ICICI, similar such banks. But for international trade factoring, international banks are reaching out to us. Imagine what kind of liquidity will come for importers and exporters if they want to do bill discounting. Yes, there will be certain conditions. RBI framework is already designed. M1xchange is already doing work in this direction. And let me give you information. You must have seen it in the newspapers. 20 days back, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, inaugurated ITFS in Gandhinagar. 20 दिन पहले ही की बात है. So he inaugurated ITFS first transaction. So it is live. M1xchange is also working in this direction, building this big network. So with this, I would like to say a big thanks to all of you. What I spoke about was balancing your liquidity and profitability. I spoke about the advantages of bill discounting. I also gave you an introduction with M1xchange, trades, and how bill discounting for domestic transactions is helping. We also discussed trades 2, which is a MSME to MSME bill discounting window for the first time introduced in India. I welcome you all to be a part of that project. We have also spoken about Mind FinTech, where various other non-trades, non-regulated supply chain financing products and services are being provided. We are all up there to help you there. And we also spoke about international trade factoring system. With almost all the products that are offering to you for your business to take care of your working capital, I would like to move to the next slide. Please note down my mobile number, my email ID. Please reach out to me. It's not just that you only have this option. You can reach out to our help desk. Please reach out to your Vadhvani Advantage team. All those wonderful professionals and experts from Vadhvani Advantage are taking care of you, talking to you daily, giving you roadmap, direction as to how you should proceed and make your business scalable, grow your business. So with this, a big round of thanks to all of you for being so attentive. I can see in the chat box a flood of questions. I will take each and every one. Thank you so much for giving me this extended time of explaining things in greater detail. Really appreciate Vadhvani Foundation team. Vadhvani Foundation team, so Mr. Samir, is it fine if we can take up question answers, or you would like to quickly address the team?
Vishal, Samir is dropped out because of the
Sure.
low network
Yeah, so
connectivity.
sure.
Oh, Samir is here. Okay. Has he joined?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Samir.
Samir.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Samir,
yes,
you are
Samir.
audible.
Very much.
Sorry, I think I'm facing some internet issues.
No problem.
I'm sorry, I'm just facing some internet issues. So just in case you're not able to hear me, I'm thrown out. I just wanted to basically thank Vishal and Abhay a lot. What a splendid presentation and what an informative session that they have given you. And through our program Vadhvani Advantage, we want to make sure that we bring the best to you. And we have in M1xchange one of the best partners that we could ever have. And thank you for that, Vishal. Very sort of informative and meaningful, and very, I thought that the SMEs would gain immediately from this. I think that's the beauty of it. Yeah, it's seamless, it's beautiful. I think the fun is actually using it ASAP. So I would always encourage the SMEs who are attending and SMEs who have registered but not attended to basically reach out to us, and we will make sure that you're taken care of by M1xchange professionals in terms of handling your issues. So I just want to interject before the questions are answered, Vishal, to thank you all for this, and then let's make a beginning to transform these SMEs together.
Sure, Samir, really appreciate your kind words, and we are all here to help our MSMEs, our SMEs in growing their business. I think what we can also do is make this a monthly habit of meeting. So Samir, let's continue this journey every month. Let's meet more MSMEs, and आप में से माफ कीजिएगा, अगर आपके कुछ मित्रगण दोस्त जिनको आप मदद कर सकते हैं, आप उनको भी नेक्स्ट सेशन में लेके आ सकते हैं. या सो लेट मी टेक अप क्वेश्चंस नाउ.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me share the screen. The Excel sheet is prepared. You can answer all the
Uh,
queries here.
okay, I can also pick it up from chat box as well.
I actually prepared. You can answer if you are comfortable reading these questions
This
and answers.
is super smart, Samta. Really appreciate it.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so let me take a few questions from the Excel sheet. Raise your hand. I'll also request and allow you to talk as well, so that there is a mix of you talking. We have Puneet's question also pending. I'll also take that up. So let's take up a few questions from the Excel sheet. Okay. Trades is available for international trade. So my friend, yes, it is now available. It's called ITFS, International Trade Factoring System, which is right now at a very small scale happening. Just wait for 3-4 more months, and it has been already launched by our Honorable Prime Minister. After that, all the platforms, M1xchange is working on building it up, bringing more banks so that there is enough liquidity. And the more the banks, lesser the interest rate. So a lot of work on ground is happening. Very soon, we will see a great amount of work happening in a regulated environment for international trade. Thank you. The name is unknown. I would love to know your name, my friend. This is a beautiful question. And all the people, guys, switch on the video. I also want to see smart, happy rock stars on the screen. Okay, Trades is available with PSU. Certainly, almost all the PSUs are onboarded with us. So please come. Let me also explain you. There are central PSUs. Almost all the central PSUs are available with us. There are state government PSUs. They are slowly, gradually, as you can understand, slowly, gradually coming and onboarding with M1xchange. There are state government departments, agencies. They are also coming up. Very recently, various state governments have signed up MOUs with us. Under the MOU, all the state government departments who are procuring material from MSMEs, they are going to adopt bill discounting, Trades platform and M1xchange for helping MSMEs make the payment. So this is also happening. The entire ecosystem is building up. So my suggestion would be, don't just wait. On board with M1xchange. And any of the buyer who are already registered with us, get going with transactions discounting. Other players are also coming up. State PSUs are coming up. State government departments, central government departments are also adopting Trades. So why the wait? Register. Okay. Third question. If the buyer fails to pay on due date to financer, what will be the situation for suppliers? You are immune. अमृत पी लिया है आपने, आपको कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है, ठीक है ना? So Bipin, if you are there, good question. It's just that nobody is gonna come to your doorstep and get worried about it. मैं एक और चीज आपको बताना चाहता हूँ. पिछले 5 सालों में any rough figure that you know about banking NPAs? मान के चल लेते हैं 8-10%. वो भी मैं ज्यादा बोल रहा हूँ, बट ठीक है, 8-10% का NPA है, डिफॉल्ट है. In the case of Trades, the default rate is 0. That's the power. Every bank is just coming to Trades because there is no NPA so far. So this is the advantage. What will be the minimum amount viable to do discounting and factoring? See, you use the term called viable. Viable possibly is related to your business. I'll suggest that a minimum of 25,000 rupees is what is needed for daily transaction minimum. The maximum can be any. Yeah. So this is kind of not a problem for you. 25,000 से ऊपर का transaction, you can do bill discounting. What will happen to margin money? So the margin money, which is your interest rate. So interest will be calculated. That money will be deducted, and the remaining money will be given to you on T+1 basis. And in case you have already provided some collateral for your existing working capital, we are not going to touch that. Not even that bank with whom you have that collateral is going to talk about it. You will continue to have your collateral completely untouched in the case of bill discounting. Okay, I will take this question from Puneet, which is question number 6, and then I'll move to the people who have raised hand. What if my buyer is not registered on trades, even when it's quite huge turnover? Okay, so Puneet, easy hai. In this case, in case they are beyond 500 crore, they are mandated to do trades. And I know a lot of companies are still away from trades. कोई नई बात नहीं है. So ऐसा हो रहा है कि बहुत सारी companies who are not on trades and already above 500 CR, you give us the name, we will reach out to them and onboard them. So this kind of a help you guys can have. So do you know, when any big large corporates onboard with us, they give their thousands of MSME vendors list. And similarly, a lot of MSMEs who are with us, they give their buyer details. And that's how this ecosystem is helping each other. And our teams are spread across the entire country. And we are reaching out to buyers, onboarding them. Obviously, there are compulsory requirements and other things. So teams going, meeting, काफी देखो buyer जो होता है ना, उसको थोड़ा रिझाना पड़ता है, उसको थोड़ा अपनी तरफ आकर्षित करना पड़ता है. तो उसके लिए 4 बातें करनी होती हैं. उसको एक अच्छा इंटरेस्ट रेट दिया जाता है, बैंकर्स का बुके दिखाया जाता है. तो then obviously these guys are coming to us. So please give the name to us, and then we will reach out to them and obviously give you the good news. Okay, so now I will request, there's a gentleman who has raised hand called Samta Chabra. I know Samta is from Vadhwani Foundation team. The real name is something else. So gentlemen, can you unmute from your side and ask question, and then I'll request Sandeep after that.
Yeah, I am Sham Sirur actually. It's come as Samta Chabra, I don't know.
Yes, Mr. Sham.
Our company has just crossed the 300 crore limit.
Okay.
For MSME.
Okay.
Now for companies who come out of MSME, what is this trades and all still available?
Okay, so in case you are now a large corporate, so first of all, congratulations. So if you are a large corporate, are you dealing with large corporate? They are your buyers?
Large corporate, small MSMEs, everybody is there.
So you are buying from MSMEs?
We are buying from MSMEs, selling to MSMEs, we are selling to large corporates.
So this is a great advantage of trades. If you are a large corporate, please join us. We will do bill discounting with respect to your suppliers. So that is taken care. At the end of the day,
supplier to my suppliers.
You have MSME suppliers.
To people whom I sell to. People whom I sell to.
If you are selling it to, let's say, a large corporate, so both of our large, that can be taken care under Mind Fintech. आपको कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. That will be taken care under the Mind Fintech.
What is Mind
Fintech?
Fintech?
You are selling it to MSME. That can also be taken care under Mind Fintech.
What is this Mind Fintech?
Okay, Mr. Sham, possibly you missed it. I explained Mind Fintech is M1xchange 100% subsidiary, where M1xchange has trade license from RBI, as you all know. Mind Fintech does other supply chain financing through dealer financing, vendor financing, sales invoice financing. PO financing, dynamic discounting. So all those things we are doing through our separate entity called Mind Fintech. आप उनके थ्रू आ सकते हैं. So मुझे नहीं लगता कि आपको कहीं और जाने की जरूरत है. Come to us. Let's discuss your overall business.
And what is the rate of interest or discounting charges there?
Okay, so in the case you are taking care of your suppliers, it falls under trades. So 4% to 9% is the interest rate. In case you are under Mind Fintech, we would like to understand which product you want to deal with, whether it's dealer financing or vendor financing. In any case, depending upon your credit rating, the interest rate ranges and very competitive, very comparable with the market. So nothing like very exponentially high.
Okay.
So let me understand your business. Let my team evaluate and come up. That is for sure. We will give you a competitive rate, better than anyone in the market.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So there are my contact details which are mentioned. You can note down and we can get in touch. Thank you, Mr. Sham. Anything else, Mr. Sham, or should I request Sandeep to ask his question? Yes, Sandeep.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, सर एक्चुअली मुझे पूछना था कि अगर मैं MSME रजिस्टर्ड हूँ, MSME वेंडर हूँ और मैं किसी कस्टमर को सप्लाई कर रहा हूँ, अभी जैसे आपके प्रेजेंटेशन में मैंने देखा कि 25,000 से ऊपर के इनवॉइसेस हम इसमें डिस्काउंटिंग के लिए ले सकते हैं, करेक्ट ना?
यस संदीप.
ओके, अगर जो मेरे इनवॉइसेस 25,000 के बिलो के है तो उसको मैं डिस्काउंटिंग के लिए एप्लीकेबल नहीं हूँ.
सी देखिए, उसमें ऐसा होता है कि अगर आपने 10-10, एक एग्जांपल देता हूं, अगर आपने 10-10 हजार के 4 बिल सेम डे में रेज किए हैं,
ओके,
तो वो कंसीडर हो जाएंगे.
हाँ, वही पूछना था मुझे कि अगर मेरे 10-10 हजार के या 5-5 हजार के 40-50 इनवॉइसेस है जिसके अमाउंट 2 लाख या 3 लाख हो रही है, so it is applicable for discounting. Okay,
that's right. बट वो सारे इनवॉइस एक ही सप्लाई, एक ही कस्टमर के नाम पर है ना,
एक ही कस्टमर के नाम के है, बट डेट अलग अलग है.
फिर क्या है?
इनवॉइस डेट अलग अलग है.
नहीं, मैंने कहा सेम डेट का इनवॉइस. अगर सेम डेट का इनवॉइस है तभी तो. देखिए, होता क्या है कि हर किसी इनवॉइस को जब हम अपलोड करते हैं तो उसका एक फाइनेंसिंग यूनिट क्रिएट होता है. सो मान के चलिए आपका 2-2 लाख के 2 इनवॉइस हैं, और अगर आप एक ही बायर को रेज किया है, सेम डे को रेज किया है, तो इनवॉइस 2 होंगे, फाइनेंसिंग यूनिट 1 बन जाएगी. इनवॉइस 2-2 लाख के 2 हैं, फाइनेंसिंग यूनिट 4 लाख की हो जाएगी. सेम वे आपके केस में उस फाइनेंसिंग यूनिट की वैल्यू 25,000 रुपए से ऊपर होनी चाहिए. अब वो फाइनेंसिंग यूनिट एक इनवॉइस की वजह से हो सकती है या मल्टीपल इनवॉइस की वजह से हो सकती है.
करेक्ट. और सेकंड क्वेश्चन ये रहा सर,
गलत नहीं हूं, अगर आप अलग अलग डेट के इनवॉइस को अगर एक फाइनेंसिंग यूनिट में क्लब कर देंगे तो वो भी पॉसिबल.
यस,
वो भी पॉसिबल.
ओके सर, माय सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज, अगर मेरा कस्टमर है कोई, मेरा उसका पेमेंट टर्म्स है 30 डेज का. ओके, 30 डेज में वो मुझे पैसे देने वाला है, बट 30 डेज क्रॉस होने के बाद भी वो इनवॉइसेस जो मेरे 50 डेज या 60 डेज में जा रहे हैं और वो मुझे पैसे नहीं दे रहा है. ओके, तो क्या मैं वो इनवॉइसेस बिल डिस्काउंटिंग के लिए ले सकता हूँ?
देखिए, वो इनवॉइसेस जिसकी ड्यू डेट क्रॉस हो चुकी है,
हाँ, वो
आप बिल डिस्काउंटिंग के लिए नहीं ले सकते हैं. ये RBI का रूल है.
ओके,
तो फ्रेश ट्रांजैक्शन के केस में वो पॉसिबल है.
तो इसके लिए कितने डेज एप्लीकेबल, मतलब अलाउड डेज का लिमिट क्या है सर?
ड्यू डेट से पहले.
हाँ,
ड्यू डेट्स के पहले का इनवॉइस होना चाहिए.
ओके,
अगर ड्यू डेट क्रॉस कर गई है तो फिर वो ठीक नहीं है, वो अलाउड नहीं.
सर एक्चुअली मैं ऑलरेडी RXL और ए ट्रेड में रजिस्टर्ड हूँ. ये 2 प्लेटफॉर्म से मैं मेरे जो कस्टमर है उनसे पेमेंट ऑलरेडी ले रहा हूँ
जी.
तो अभी मेरे जो कुछ कस्टमर है जिनके पास में अगर कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है पेमेंट के लिए, तो उनसे क्या हम रिक्वेस्ट करके ये करा सकते हैं क्या, M1 एक्सचेंज या फिर जो भी है?
जी बिल्कुल करा सकते हैं। मैं तो चाहूंगा कि अगर आपने RXIL को इवेल्युएट किया है, ए ट्रेड्स को इवेल्युएट किया है, M1 एक्सचेंज को भी इवेल्युएट करके देखिए, आपको डिफरेंस समझ में आएगा, ट्रीटमेंट का, टेक्नोलॉजी का, इंटरेस्ट रेट का, आपको खुद समझ में आएगा। मैं आपको सजेशन दूंगा कि देखिए, आपको पता है बिल डिस्काउंटिंग क्या है,
यस
ठीक है, एंड थ्रू यू मैं बाकी सभी लोगों को भी ये बताना चाहूंगा कि बिल डिस्काउंटिंग के लाइसेंस 3 लोगों को दिए गए हैं। M1 एक्सचेंज उसमें से एक है, एक RXIL है और एक ए ट्रेड्स है। मैं चाहूंगा कि आप कंपेयर करके देख लें। अगर आप पहले से RXIL पर हैं, ए ट्रेड्स पर हैं, come to M1 exchange. We are more than happy to help you, serve you. जी,
ठीक, थैंक यू सर,
sure.
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Okay. Thank you, Sandeep. Now, can I request Puneet? You can ask your question once again.
Yeah, hi Vishal.
Yes, Puneet. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to know few things. That first of all, like my buyer is means he's on reverse factoring. Okay, so is it possible that we can register and we can upload its our invoices?
Okay, so you are a vendor. It's a RI product, and in the case
Yeah.
of RI product, as a process, the responsibility of uploading invoice rests with the buyer.
Yes.
Yes, and that's exactly is your question.
My question is that I want to pay interest whatever is due, rather than my buyer will be paying it.
Okay, so in that case, it will become a factoring product.
Okay.
So that is possible. It's just that your buyer has to agree to it. That's all.
Buyer is
And if the
will
buyer
not
is
agree.
not agreeing, we can take your case to him. In any
Okay.
case, you are ready to bear the cost.
Yes.
He should be more than happy. Where is the challenge?
No, he won't agree.
Sorry?
He won't agree.
Okay, so he won't agree. So let's understand the reasons behind it, and then we can discuss that. See, Puneet,
The reason is that what they charge is they will bear the interest cost, which is 4 to 6%, and when they will charge it on a higher side.
they'll charge you on a higher side.
Yes, they will charge
Okay,
us
through
12
through cash discount or other measures.
Yes.
See, we can. I don't want you to share the name of the buyer. It's fine. We can talk offline also. There are other products that we can talk about, whether it is dynamic discounting and other products, and then we can discuss. See, at the end of the day, these kind of scenarios are coming to us day in, day out. We are reaching to buyers day in, day out, and there has been a lot of reluctance from people, but people are still changing their stance. मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ mountains move. That's all.
We are an MSME and we are into manufacturing, and we are doing with many large corporates.
I'm sure.
So I am interested in registering few other corporates with you. So simultaneously, so I was coming up with the thing that what if we have to work on this your platform to provide this factoring or discounting facility to our suppliers.
You can do that. That's exactly is small to small project which is going on, and I rather welcome you to be a part of it. More than happy.
So
project is happening, going on for the next 2 months, which is under RBI supervision. The project is happening. After that, and that does not mean project में real transactions. There are real transactions happening. So you will realize that we will onboard you as a buyer. Your supplier will also get onboarded. The real transaction will happen, and bank will do the funding. So project में ही आपका काम चालू हो जाएगा.
तो उसमें ये फायदा हो जाएगा ना कि जो हमारे सप्लायर हैं उनको भी पेमेंट जल्दी मिल जाएगा,
एंड देन आप उनके साथ सही से नेगोशिएट कर सकते हैं टर्म्स.
हाँ,
That's right.
So
That's right.
that we can do on reverse factoring.
That you can, yeah.
So we will bear the cost of it, so that we can get.
Bear the cost. You can bear the cost.
Okay.
आपका credit rating क्या है sir, पुनीत जी?
Sorry.
What's your credit rating?
Credit rating we never did.
कोई बात नहीं, हम उसको विदाउट उसके बात कर लेंगे. ठीक है पुनीत जी, so let's get connected for that specific project. If it can really help your suppliers, nothing like it. More than happy.
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, now Sujoy, just wait, Mr. Sujoy, Mr. Ramanathan, give me 5 minutes. Let me take up some questions from the Excel sheet, and then I'll request you to talk. Okay? चलेगा ना? Now, Mr. Ramanathan, just give me 2 minutes. So there is a question which says from Kunal Ved, is it compulsory for state PSUs to register for trades? Otherwise, how to get them on board? So Kunal, what we can do now, state governments are mandating their state PSUs to also get onboarded. There is a mandate and instructions going. So any state government which or state PSU you are dealing with, let us know your the name of that state PSU. We can then talk to them, and possibly we are already in touch with. I know somebody in the chat written about Tamil Nadu state government. We have already signed, rather reached to a very, very advanced stage of onboarding Tamil Nadu government. Very, very advanced stage. So not too good days are not too far for the Tamil Nadu government dealing MSMEs. Okay. Okay, so we have another 15 minutes to kind of conclude. Give me, okay, now one question. What will happen to margin money I have spoken about? I will like to know more details, like complete process, risk, cost involved, timeline. Sure. Name is unknown. I'm so sorry, but आपका सवाल सही है. We'll be more than happy to give you all the details. My team can get in touch with you and explain you all the aspects as to what are the documentation requirement, timelines, risk involved. Inbuilt discounting, there is zero risk. So, दिक्कत ही नहीं है. Question number 10, is there a discount when using trades? If so, how much? Discount. Okay. So, bill discounting means invoice financing. So, discounting का मतलब है कि आप अपने बिल का कम पेमेंट लेकर बैंक से कर सकते हैं पेमेंट रिसीव. So, as such, there is no any other discounting available. And the name is unknown. I don't know who has asked this question. So, अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ ऐसी discounting है which you are aware about, let's discuss it. I want to understand what exactly is your question. Okay, Hardik is saying trades, how much do they charge us? So Hardik, as I explained, the interest rate is in between 4% to 9%. In addition, every trades platform is charging 0.5% per annum. 0.5% per annum as the charge, which is a processing fee of every trades platform. मतलब आधा टका पूरे साल का है वो. तो अगर आप 40 दिन का है तो सिर्फ 40 दिन का लगेगा. Okay, how much do they charge? हो गया. Okay, Kunal Ved is asking, can orders through tender GEM to be covered? So there are advanced level discussion happening at ministry level, where GEMs related GEM platform is also gonna get integrated with trades, and after that all GEM related transaction will also get financed through bill discounting. Moving on to question number 13, are there competitors to trades? Yes, there are 3 players for trades, and M1xchange is one of them. Mr. Sethia has asked, what if the payment is delayed by the supplier? So don't worry, it is well taken care. It's a non-recourse process. Mr. Sujoy Majumdar. So, Mr. Sujoy, you have also raised hand. Would you like to ask question by unmuting yourself? Yes, Mr. Sujoy Majumdar. Okay, I'll read your question in the meantime. How do you define Tier 1, MSME and Tier 2? So, see, as we all know, we have MSMEs coming from metro cities, nearby metro cities, other commercial cities in the country, other state capital. Then there are Tier 2, Tier 3 industrial towns which are there in the country. Then there are villages where we have industries being set up. I'm primarily referring to those kasbas, talukas, and industrial towns that are being created by state government industry policy. Why is M1xchange able to give lower rates? So M1xchange is able to give lower rates because we have the strength of the maximum number of banks onboarded with us. And for your information, my friends, other two players in the trades scenario, they are basically the extended arm of existing banks. Like एक trades platform Axis Bank का है, दूसरा trades platform दूसरी bank का है. But the advantage of M1xchange is we are bank neutral. किसी बैंक ने हम किसी से belong नहीं करते, इसलिए हम सारी banks को लेकर उसका advantage आपको दे पा रहे हैं. Which is Kunal Ved is asking what's exchange vintage of 1 year. So see, we are here for the last 5 years. Possibly let me understand what's exactly your question if I have not answered you well. There's a question called how many KYC will be required. So the way you have KYCs for normal bank transactions, they ask for PAN number, Aadhaar, your financials. In the case of trades, we are not even asking financials as of now. So your Aadhaar verification, KYC verification, we ask for your business information, how much has been your turnover, who are your bankers, and if you have a credit rating done, and few more information. So anything related to entity KYC, directors KYC, owners KYC, that is primarily that is being asked for. One last question, question number 19. Mr. Ramanathan, I think. Mr. Ramanathan, why don't you unmute and ask question directly?
So you are not audible.
Mr. Ramanathan, you can ask question.
Yes, I'm asked, you are not hearing?
You are audible. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is only buyer is, that is seller is bearing the total interest rate and buyer is not sharing. Why such a system is?
So it's not like that, Mr. Ramanathan. In my example, I explained that interest is shared by, interest is borne by the seller, but there are actually both the possibilities available already. Enough transactions are happening where you will be happy to note, let me tell you, a good majority of transactions are happening where buyer is bearing the interest. There are enough transactions, at least 50-50. In present scenario, जैसे मैंने आपको बोला 75,000 करोड़ का अभी तक फाइनेंसिंग हुई, उसमें आधे ट्रांजैक्शंस तो ऐसे हैं जहां पे बायर बियर कर रहा है इंटरेस्ट रेट.
What's the criteria for that?
So it is completely dependent on the understanding between buyer and seller. We are completely neutral. We are fine. आपको ऐसे करना है, ऐसे कर दीजिए, वैसे करना है, वैसे कर दीजिए. We are fine.
Okay.
It is an understanding between buyer and supplier. If the buyer wants to take care of their suppliers, there are situations where very good buyers are bearing the interest.
So one registration is enough for being a buyer and being a seller, or a separate registration has to be done?
No. So there is only one registration that is required. So if you are a MSME, you just need to take one registration as a MSME vendor.
Okay.
For our project, which is MSME to MSME, small to small trades too, it's a separate registration. Again, same documents required, so not a trouble.
Okay. So one more question. If suppose I avail the as a buyer, I avail this credit rate, this bill discounting for 45 days. At that 45th day, I will not be able to pay to bank. Suppose I need more time. What would be the status? What would be the action for that?
So see, in that case, you are saying you are a buyer, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a buyer. I avail my bill has been discounted. So at the end of the agreed term, I should be able to pay to bank. So in that time, suppose in my bank sufficient amount is not there, what will happen?
So in that case, after discussion with bank, the time period can be extended. Yeah.
So that's great. Okay, sir. So
Thank you,
one more
Mr.
thing.
Ramanathan. Let me tell you, you have asked really very pertinent question. You are looking super smart in pink color shirt. Thank you. And thanks for coming here. I found you very sincerely listening to all the conversations. मैं यहाँ से M1xchange की तरफ से आपको बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा.
Thank you. Already I have registered with the M1xchange. I'm doing the bill discount.
सुपर मिस्टर रामनाथन. मैं चाहता हूं कि आप और तरक्की करें और बहुत सारी बिल डिस्काउंटिंग M1xchange के साथ करें. साथ ही साथ वाधवानी फाउंडेशन के साथ मिलकर बहुत सारी तरक्की करें.
Thank you.
There are some more questions. Samta, is it there or okay? So there is a question from Mr. Ramanathan. So we are already in a very advanced stage of discussion with Tamil Nadu government.
Yes.
So possibly just wait for 7-10 days. You will hear some good news.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, my name is Jayprakash.
Mr. Jayprakash, yes, thank you.
Yeah, and we are in a service segment.
Sure.
25 crore.
Mr. Jayprakash, आप फिर से बोलेंगे? आपने शायद अपने आप को गलती से म्यूट कर दिया था. Can you say it again?
नहीं, my name is Jayprakash. My company name is Cosmos Integrated Solutions Private Limited.
Sure.
And we are in a service business. Our turnover is around 25 crore. We are working with the customer like back-to-back payment mechanism. The payment terms are not defined. Like basically, we are giving services to company A, and company A is giving services to B. When B is going to pay to A, the A will pay to us. In such a situation, can we go for the trade, something like that, sir?
So, Mr. Jayprakash, this is a very common scenario. And obviously, for any bill to get discounting, there has to be a defined credit period. And if you can give a defined credit period on your invoice and both your buyer and you agree to it, that invoice can be discounted. Now, that can be 100 days, 150 days, 15 days, whatever be the period. But there has to be a finite credit period defined.
Okay.
So that is between you and the buyer that you can agree to some credit period. I know this is back to back, but अगर buyer को लगता है कि उसको 40 दिन में payment मिल जाएगा, तो आपके साथ at least वो 30 दिन का credit period enjoy कर सकता है, like that. But there has to be some finite credit period defined.
Okay. And is there a tri-party agreement between the exchange and the buyer and with us?
So there will be a formal agreement between you and us, and buyer-related information will also be there as a separate agreement between exchange and buyer, and that's how transaction will happen. Every time you upload an invoice, every invoice is governed by these agreements. And these are one time. These are one-time agreement signed.
Okay. And whenever we are like uploading the invoices, there will be the auction of the bill discounting, something like that.
Every invoice is bidding is happening by banks on every single financing unit created as an invoice, as a part of the invoice.
Okay.
Yes, Abhijit.
Yeah, Vishal, actually, Mr. Jayaprakash has asked, yes, if you're uploading the invoice and your buyer is not accepting it, then it will be payment through the process through the normal mode. So it is not necessary if you are uploading the invoice that will be go for discounting invariably. It depends upon the buyer.
Okay. And when we register, we can come to know who are our customer are already listed.
Yes, we will let you know about that.
Okay.
Vishal, one more very interesting question Mr. Ramanathan has asked. Central government public sector undertakings, they have got very good credit rating in power sector and all. But when it comes to state governments, all the state power discoms and Transco, Genco, their financial conditions is very poor. So financiers would really hesitate to extend credit bill discounting on them. But yes, as of now, when state governments are stepping up, so some strategy has to be initiated with state government. Then maybe in future, we cannot say some time limit and all. In future, then those MSMEs who are suppliers or service providers to these transcoms or gencoms will also be covered. But as of now, none of the state power sector undertakings in the country are in profit making. So, thank you.